Okay, so I had to take a break from working on my doll. So I've been working on her for a while. And I talk a really good game. But I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because it's like I put the project up, I set it back down, I pick it back up, and it's like over and over and over again. And so when I was going to go to finish everything that I needed to finish for the doll, I was just too overwhelmed. You know, but this doll project, as cute as she is, and as much as I make dolls, I can't seem to get her finished. So I got to thinking about tonight before I'm, getting ready to go to bed, is why is it that I'm not finishing my projects, or to be more precise, why am I setting my projects down, or the things that I like to do, or the things that I need to do, because I'm so overwhelmed. So what I've done is I found myself making something, and I'm good at making things and putting together things and having all these big ideas in my head, and I'm ready to go. I'm just ready. I'm charged. I've got my bead, I got my fabric, I got my jewelry, I've got my design, drawn out on paper and everything, and I'm just ready to go. And I get excited. I post my videos. I show the world what I'm doing. But then after a couple of days, I set it down. I set it aside, and I found myself doing that a lot during 2017, 16, 15, 14, and then just all of the years that's rolled by. So in order for me to get better, I've got to be able to analyze and understand why I'm doing that, and why I'm sabotaging myself, you know. And I understand that there's life, things happen. We're moms, we're dads, we're grandmas, we have work to do, we have jobs, we have kids that need to be attended to, we got the kids' homework, we've got everything that we need to do in order to be functional in our lives. Like, we got to make sure the mortgage is paid, we got to make sure the car is paid, make sure them kids have food. But on top of everything else, it's all of our desires and our goals and our dreams and our aspirations and hopes of finishing school and just starting businesses. Sometimes we get so caught up in the everyday things that we actually take our dreams, we pick them up, and we set them down. We set them aside, we push them out the way because we got so much else on our plate. So as I attempted to go back to my doll project, when I thought about the beautiful doll that I've been making, but I've actually been working on her for 6 months now. And she is still have no ears. She still have no arms. Her nose is still crooked. She has no clothes. She has no jewelry details. And for an artist like me, that's important, because I don't feel complete unless that project that I'm working on is complete, so that I can move on to something else. So when I got to analyzing, I, took a bath, and, sitting down and pre-soaking. Sometimes we need to pre-soak. And I got to thinking about what's causing me to not complete the things that I love the most doing. And when I thought about my situation and, everything that I have to do, again, making sure that I'm raising my babes, make sure the mortgage is paid, make sure the car is done, make sure insurance, everything, going back and forth to jobs, making sure that everything is secure in my life. But at the end of the day, when I go home and on the weekends, all I want to do is sleep, lay down, watch TV, and just don't do anything at all. But what's happening is I've allowed procrastination to set in. And what I see happening, especially as I, rearrange my bedroom and taking a lot of things out that didn't need to be in here, because I got new carpet and everything. But I had going through both of these closets in this room, there was just so many projects undone, unfinished, just sat in boxes, halfway sewn, and earring projects never put together, or ideas that I have sketched on paper never completed. And I'm like, why? Why is this happening? Why have I allowed myself to do this? So when I was really sick, for those last 2 weeks, just coughing and snotting and running fever and can't breathe, chest congestion. I really was going through this, this last, almost 2 weeks now. But even with all of that, I sat there and I wallowed in that sickness. And even on the days when I could actually get up and do something, I didn't do anything at all. Not good. So when I get to thinking about my situation, when I think about the things that I want to do, the things that I want to accomplish, I understand that it is so easy for us to recognize when we need to let people go out of our lives. We recognize when we have relationships that are not working and that those relationships are dangerous or could cause a potential danger and can hinder us from doing what we need to do. And actually some relationships, not all of them, but some of them, and those relationships can cause you to be sat back and you really not move forth on anything that you're supposed to be working on. So it's easy when we recognize people that we need to let go or cut out or move around from. It's easy to recognize when we're tired and we just need to rest. It's easy to recognize when we know that certain places or things we're not supposed to be doing or going, and we know to leave those things alone in order that we can accomplish our dreams, our hopes, and our aspirations. But one of the things that is the hardest thing to get under control is self-destruction. Sometimes, all the times I found in my situation, the biggest thing that keeps me from doing what I need to do in order to make my dreams become realized, I had to come to realize that I was my own hindrance. Yeah, blocking myself. I was so busy trying to work out all other details that I actually was causing myself to be set back. Like, for instance, there are a lot of things that I can do, some that you guys know, and a lot that I just don't talk about. But the Most High has given me a lot of gifts in many different areas. I just kind of keep them, under the rug and cannot keep them swept up because I have so many things on my plate and I don't want to take on a new project. But I come to realize that because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm not exercising all the gifts that has been that actually is required of me, then I'm causing myself to be a stumbling block to myself. That's not a good thing to always hear, but me realizing that I was causing myself to be lack or slow because of everything else I put in front of what the Most High has given me to do, I'm off balance and I'm tilted to the left a little bit, or not standing firmly on my 2 feet because I'm not doing all that that's been required of me, or all that I'm called to do. So, like, for instance, I knew that I was a writer. I am a writer, and I have all these poems and all these books within me and all these essays. And my first years of college, I did all type of essays and entered all type of stuff and made good grades. And, even to the point that one of my professors had said to me, she said she wouldn't be surprised if she saw my works in libraries and in bookstores. And writing is a passion for me, but I've been setting it down for so long. Y'all, I have book titles and notebooks stacked with my ideas and my titles and my thoughts, enough to write in for 10 to 15 years, but I'm not doing it. I set it aside, because basically I've chosen not to prioritize my time, and I'm choosing other things over some things and putting some things down in order to keep this balance. But what I've come to realize by me trying to keep a balance, I'm not balancing anything at all. I'm totally out of control. So I just wanted to let you know something to think about. So for every project that you know that you're supposed to be taking on, for every book that you know that you're supposed to be writing, for every piece of apparel or clothing or t-shirt or shoes, excuse me, that you're supposed to be designing, that was supposed to be out of you and on the shelf and available out the market. As we go into this new season, let's take the challenge of really going in there, organizing our thoughts and lay them out on paper. Write your visions and write them well. One of the things that I went and got myself was this organizer, and an artist, and it is filled with pages on, it's a calendar, but it's also got all type of ways that I can organize my thoughts, that I can put on paper. It has all these little neat pockets in it to help me to organize my thoughts. So I would encourage each and everyone to go get a notebook. Everybody's not a journaler. Some people don't like doing that. But when you put your thoughts before you, when you write them down where you can see your vision, where you can meditate on them and see the different projects on paper that you like to accomplish, it makes it a lot easier to see where you're going. And when you can see where you're going, then you understand what it takes to complete each journey, each row, each peg along the way. So I'm going to work really, really hard to complete the projects and not start new projects until I've actually completed one. So for me, that means like when I'm making my dolls, I need to completely finish that baby before I move on to the next project. Like I said, because I'm in between sewing and making dolls and making jewelry and crocheting and trying to learn all this stuff about gardening and everything, and decorating my house and everything, trying to make it look the best possible. I've got so many things, and I'm going to start today. I'm not making empty promises to myself, because I made so many promises and I'm not following through. But actually, I'm going to be committed to write my thoughts and ideas down every day. Put it before me, lay it on my bed. It's on the bed with me, it's next to me, so that I'm looking at it every day. I'm writing in it every day. I'm writing down even the smallest thoughts or the smallest little detail. But it can be done, and we're going to do it. I'm going to do it. And it's a good thing, even if you have to get a buddy to help you prioritize the things that you want to do. Work in a group, work in a small group. Get your best friend, get your mom, get your dad, just somebody that's going to be, there for you. And what motivated me even to get off myself and do more was my friend Ashley in Oklahoma City. I mean, I've known Ashley since she was a little girl, but to see and hear a testimony of all the things that she's gone through in her body and the surgeries that she's had and the stroke that she's endured. And she's a young lady. She just had a birthday not too long ago. I think she's 23. Not sure. And she came on here and she made a video about, her hopes and her dreams and her aspiration and how she's not perfect, but she wants to do more with her life. And that she invited other people to come in, give them ideas about being accountable for yourself and helping others to be accountable. So Ashley, I'm so proud of you. Your video encouraged me to get up, dust myself off, reorganize my thoughts, put my priorities back in the order, and so that I can see my projects, so that I can see the ideas and to take on those tasks. So we're going to do this. We can work together. If you have any questions, you have any thoughts or something that you like to say or anything that you need help with, we're all, in a learning process. I'm willing to do what I can to help. Guess it's time for me to go to bed, because I got corn dogs in the oven. It's like midnight and I can smell them. So I better go. Think about, organize, prioritize, write your thoughts down, put them on paper, and let's get busy.